me tell you something. There is no nobility in poverty. I have been a rich man and I have been a poor man, and I choose rich every fucking time. Because at least as a rich man, when I have to face my problems, I show up in the back of a limo wearing a $2,000 suit.
What's going on, Steps Ahead gang? Welcome back to the channel. I appreciate you guys tuning in again for another EP over here on Steps Ahead TV. You guys already know we're going to continue to keep giving you guys this good, real, raw energy from brand reviews, to travel reviews, to how-tos. You guys already know. Last week, we definitely had a great time over in the DR. So if you guys missed out on that video, I would tell you after this one, make sure you click on that one. It definitely was some good information. You know, if you wanted to take a trip overseas, you know, after all this craziness gets away, it's definitely a place you might want to think about going to. So let's go ahead and get into this video. You guys already know, like, share, and subscribe. I'm gonna be giving you guys some tips on how to build some, you know, side revenue while you're building your shoe collection, because let's just be honest, most of us aren't out here just swimming in cash, so we have to be making some, you know, smart decisions, especially as the shoes are getting more expensive now to where they're averaging about $200 a pair. So when you do math on it like that, you know, once you do your bills and all that, more than likely you're gonna need another side hustle to, you know, generate some revenue so you can, you know, pick up the shoes that you want and not have to actually spend your own money. So definitely stay tuned, because I'm definitely gonna be dropping some gems on how to get you some extra dough so you can pick up the shoes and, you know, you can build a collection of your dreams. So let's go ahead and get into it.
Sometimes thousands of dollars for limited edition shoes. Tonight, our economics correspondent Paul Solman profiles two so-called sneakerheads.
So for tip number one, I would say, and I put this one first because if I put it last, then it would kind of get you distracted, and I feel like this is the most important tip, and that's putting some money to the side to start your actual collection. So what I mean by that is, put some seed money to the side. If it takes you, you know, 3-4 months or whatever the case may be, put some money to the side. I would say start off with, we'll say $500 at least. So if you could put $500 to the side without, you know, you can still pay your bills, you can still move around, you ain't gotta eat oodles and noodles for 3 weeks. That's not what I'm telling you to do. I'm telling you to put that to the side when you're able to and you have, you know, your finances under control. Because at the end of the day, shoes will be shoes, and it would be tons and tons of shoes coming out weekly, daily, to the point where you're not going to be able to keep up with it anyway. So this game is not about how many you can buy, it's all about the quality, and it's about buying shoes that mean something to you and not to everybody else, because you're going to be the ones that's going to wear them, and you're going to be the ones stuck with them if you decide that you don't want to wear them anymore. So first tip, put your money to the side, whatever's feasible for you. I can't tell you what to put to the side, but I would say, you know, if I had to have a start, I would say at least $500. You can put $500 to the side, that's great. If you can't, keep stacking your money up, and I'm gonna give you guys some tips on how to pretty much get to that 500. So now I'm telling you at least 500. Now I'm gonna give you some tips after that to get you to the 500 at least. So that's tip number one.
More limited edition. Only one of one.
Now my second tip I would tell you is to start looking around, you know, where you stay at, and start to gather up at least 4 to 5 items that you don't use anymore that you know you can get rid of, and either open yourself up an eBay store, or you can start yourself an Instagram page. They got the Facebook market. There's a tons of sources where you can put these old items that you have onto, you know, a platform to where you can sell them. So you don't want to spend any of your actual 9-to-5 money. This is when you start to look at the money that you already spent anyway, that, you know, items are just sitting around collecting dust. So once you find those 4 to 5 items, put them to the side. Like I said, open up an eBay, Facebook market, wherever you feel comfortable at, but just make sure it's a secure platform. And go ahead and put your items up there, sell them, use those funds to either purchase yourself your first, you know, shoe in your collection, or use those funds to, you know, buy some more, you know, either accessories or buy a potential shoe to resell. So tip number 2, start off internally and, you know, use the money that you already have around you. No need of reaching back in the pocket just yet, because not for every shoe. Some shoe you're gonna have to reach in your pocket. That's just how it goes. But this will help, you know, to kind of level how many times you actually go in your pocket. So tip number 2.
A chance to buy a pair of sneakers for retail price. I'm sitting here with a good amount of sneakers that I've gotten that, you know, other people might not really even have access to.
So for tip number 3, this will involve you to get a little bit more active, but like I said, hard work and dedication will definitely pay off in the end. And I actually use all these tips to get to where I'm at right now. So I would tell you, you know, in the summertime, get out there, you know, get you a lawn care business where you can start cutting some grass, you know, helping out with some, you know, services around the yard, or everybody needs their car washed at some point. So you get out there and wash some cars. Only thing I would suggest, and when you get into these services, just make sure you're giving your all and you're not giving no half-ass service, because then you'll start to lose your customers. So make sure that you build up, you know, a nice solid clientele. You know, you're giving them a good number, because this is all additional money. You know, you're not trying to knock them over the head. You're trying to give them a good deal, you know what I'm saying, for your time and your effort. And you know, the trade-off is you don't have to spend your own money on the shoes that you want to acquire over the time. So I would tell you, get out there, cut some grass, rake some leaves, shovel some driveways, do what you got to do to get those additional funds. As long as it's legal and it's not degrading you, go for it. So that's tip number 3. You're gonna have to get out there in the streets. You're gonna have to, you know what I'm saying, figure out what services are needed in your area and which ones that you can actually, you know, feel comfortable with actually giving, because you don't want to give no bullshit service, because it'll bite you in the ass. So that's tip number 3.
Sneakerheads buying and selling rare kicks for hundreds, even thousands of dollars.
You have change?
We pointed out the drivers of this market: brand loyalty, alternative identity, aesthetics, and perhaps above all.
So for tip number 4, in order for it to work the most effectively, you have to have done tip number 2. And that was start your eBay store up, start getting some customer reviews, start building up, you know, your clientele. So when you start tip number 4, and that is starting a middleman service, you'll have, you know what I'm saying, your reviews, you'll have your clients to show like, okay, he's been selling or she's been selling legit items this whole time. You know, nobody had any type of complaints, you know, so you're building up your actual sheet to show like, look, I'm a legit person. You guys can send the items to me. I'll make sure they're legit and I'll send them out. If it's not legit, I'll let you know. And if it is legit, I'll send it out. So building up, you know, a middleman service will take you actually building up a clientele and people actually knowing who you are, so they'll trust you enough to send the items to you to be like, okay, he's going to give me, you know, the real opinion on, is this real or is this fake? Because, you know, it's a lot of real and fakes floating on around out here. So if you build your name up strong enough, people will be willing to, you know, spend that extra $40 just to send to you, so they know that they're getting the real thing, instead of, you know, trying to just send it to somebody that's random that they don't really know, but they have, you know, something for sale that they want, but they don't know if it's real or not. So tip number 4 is building up a middleman service. That, you know, prices can range from $40 to $50, just depending on, you know what I'm saying, what is actually being sold and your actual clientele, you know. So people are willing to pay it if they know that they're going to get the real thing no matter what. So that's tip number 4.
With a shoe for even the unlikeliest of customers.
Look at that. That's a Carpe Diem look right there.
And I actually bought 2 pair for a few $100s.
So for tip number 5, which is our last tip on how to build a sneaker collection while making money, and this tip is just as important as all the other ones that we went over, and that is keeping your sneakers clean. And the reason this is so important, because you never know when you're in a position to where either you want to sell a shoe off that you're not feeling anymore. We all go through that. A sneaker collection is nothing but an evolving door. So it means you might feel a sneaker 2 years from now, 3 years from now, you might not be feeling it. So with that being said, with you keeping your shoes clean and up to date, you'll be able to sell them off for either a profit, or you might be able to, you know, break even and get your money back, or you might take a little loss. But the whole purpose of keeping your shoes clean and up to date, so let's say if a new Jordan comes out and you have some old ones that, you know, you're not feeling anymore, or it's just not your taste anymore, boom, you can use that shoe as leverage, sell it off. Let's just say if you sell it off for $150 or $160. That's $160 going towards a new pair of shoes that you wanted, instead of you having to fork out all the $200+ to get you that new pair of Jordans. So the purpose here, like I said, is to keep your money internally. You don't want to have to keep spending your 9 to 5 money on new shoes every time they come out. You want to start to be able to use the assets that you have around you to be able to trade out to get you the new shoes that you want. So this is an important tip. I'm gonna say it one more time, and that's keeping your shoes clean, keeping them up to date, keeping them looking damn near brand new will put you in a position to where you'll guaranteed to make you some money. So for a perfect example, I have these Travis Scott 4s right here. Retail price was I think $230, $240, something like that. I haven't worn these yet. Now these are reselling for $600 plus. So which means I could easily wear these 2 to 3 times and still gain profit on these, but it's going to depend upon how, when I finish wearing them, clean them off, make them look brand new at the end of the day. So that's one example. Another example I have some playoff 12s that I bought probably like 4 years ago. Now I haven't worn these in a long time. I mean, I still have like the rocks on the, on the bottom or whatever, but for the most part, the shoe was in good condition. At least, I would say at least 9 out of 10 condition. So I can easily sell these for, we'll say $180 to $200. I spent $160 on them. Now I only made about a $30 to $40 profit, cool, but at the end of the day, it's profit. This is a shoe that was gonna be collecting dust anyway. I can use this towards another shoe that came out or that is coming out or whatever the case may be. So take care of your shoes, man. It's too easy. So hopefully these tips can help you as you start your journey into your sneaker empire or sneaker mansion or sneaker collection or whatever you want to call it. Hopefully, I can help you guys maneuver through this crazy world of sneakers, and if you have your own tips of how you got your own sneaker collection started, definitely be greatly appreciated. You get down in the comment box. I like to, learn as much as I can from the community, because over here on the Steps Ahead community, we're all about learning and spreading the knowledge as much as we can. So thank you guys for sharing, liking, subscribing, and continue to keep coming back over here to the Steps Ahead channel. Like I tell you guys always, keep it pushing, stay motivated. We out of here.